what caused you to go in for this diagnosis?
I was getting lost while driving. And it wasn't just places where I'd never been before. These were very familiar places. And I thought I would know where I was going without ever having to use any type of assistance. But I was not doing a very good job. The other part was I was still married at the time. And what I would do is I would call my wife and say, hey, I don't know where I am. So she would give me coordinates and I would put them in on my phone and then I would find my way back home. But it wasn't until I went to my doctor's office, and my doctor's office was, I don't even think it was a mile from my house. And I wound up way on the other side of town, 45 minutes away.
Wow.
Before I realized that I wasn't at my doctor's office and I was nowhere near. So when I got home that evening, I walked inside and my wife and daughter were sitting on the sofa, and she said, sit down, we need to have a talk. And, you're a married man. If your wife told you that, you'd probably start sweating like I thought. Like, what did I do now? So, but I, sat down and she asked me the question. She said, do you know how many times you've been lost in the last 6 months? And I had no clue. But I also knew, and this is why I asked her, I said, well, I don't know, but if you're asking me that question, I pretty well know that you've been keeping track. And she says, oh yeah. She goes, you've been lost at least a dozen times in the past 6 months. She goes, I think it's time that you get checked. So that's what led me to the wonderful neurology diagnosis event. I call it an event. Yeah, so that's what led me there.